How do you recover when you're a wounded warrior? Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Wounded warriors. We are all wounded warriors. You know, we have this sense that we're the only ones that are wounded and everybody else is fine. Not true. You don't get through life without being wounded. And I always tell the people that work with me in the ministry that we are simply wounded working with other wounded. It's really true. That's where we stand. That's why we need Jesus. And if we're honest with ourselves, that's why we are vulnerable. That's why we're still learning, still growing, still healing. All of us. I don't care who you are. You know, I can be having a great day and feel like everything is going great. And then I sit down and I read some of my comments on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and people can get really mean sometimes. And, you know, all of a sudden I feel wounded again. And I know you go through the same things. Wounded warriors, we all fit in that category from time to time. But what do you do when you're a wounded warrior? How do you recover? Folks, the honest truth is, you really never do. You know, you'll never have that sense where you look back at what's happened and you feel fine about it. You'll probably always have that kind of a little bit of a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach when you think about it. You know, you'll always have that dread that you wish you wouldn't have done something, or that sting or that hurt that you feel because somebody has mistreated you. And I'd love to say that it goes away, but it really doesn't. It gets easier to deal with, but never really goes away. So how do you recover? Folks, I think if you have the feeling that you're at some point not going to be wounded anymore, then you're looking for something that probably isn't going to happen. Now, I'm less wounded today than I have been, simply because the wounds are not as profound as they've been. But you know, events in my life today could change that. You never know. And so I realize that no matter where I'm at in life, I need Jesus. Honestly. Because you see, that's his role in my life. It's my wounds, it's my difficulties, it's the things that I've done and things that others have done to me that continue to happen and continue to make me feel wounded, whether I have all the answers or not, whether I've got nice little tricks in how to handle things or not. Stuff happens. And so the best thing, I think, is to realize that we're all wounded. You know, we all fall in that category. And we are the wounded working with other wounded. And you know, there are things that I've gone through that I can help somebody else go through some of the same things because I understand. I feel it. I have compassion for it. I'm a little further along so I can help them, but I'm not completely over it. You see, the goal is not to completely recover, because I don't think we ever really do. But the goal is to use it and to build on it and realize that I have, you know, things that I've learned through it. I have principles that I've attached to it. And I go back to my life, back to the drawing board, and I make corrections and I proceed ahead, and I feel the encouragement from God that he has forgiven me, that he'll continue to walk with me. I learn from it and I grow. And that's really where I put my woundedness. And folks, that's what we have to do. You know, we're not perfect people. We never will be. There are times when we really struggle, and you say, well, I'm a Christian. I shouldn't be struggling this much. Really? That's what I think all the time, too. And I've said before that now at 63 years old, I thought I'd be a lot farther along spiritually than this. But here I am, too. But the one thing that I know is that God will take care of me. He is my foundation. No matter what kind of wounds I'm going to go through, He changes my scars into stars. And folks, we are the wounded working with the wounded because we all serve a Savior who has healing for all of us to the point where we can cope, we can learn, we can move ahead. And it's because of His stripes we are healed. And it's because of His faith that we move forward. And it's because of His righteousness that we have any kind of power and authority. That's cool, isn't it? God bless you. Have a great day.